So that picture there, that painting there,
Yeah.
is that I'd said to him, I would paint that bridge if I could,
Oh, yeah.
because I walk along there in the mornings,
Oh, and you
not
painted
now.
it because you'd said that?
Well, because how it happened, first of all, was that Stuart, who is Sophie's husband,
Yeah.
had seen his work on the internet. And Margie, now, somebody said who's come that you can download something on the internet and it goes through how he starts from his blank canvas and going on in stages. So Sally said, your mum and I were coming out, and she said, stay, because he wants to show you something. And so we went round this corner, and I said, oh, it's my bridge. And he said, I said, and it's sold, because there was a red sticker on it. And he said, yes, it's yours. And he gave it me. So I've got that.
Yes, well, yeah, you can see it's original, the texture. It's very nice.
And it's the one he sold most prints of.
But that he's now waiting to hear if he's got in to be one of the Young Painters of the Year, Margie, which he's going to be. He doesn't know where it's going to be. Last year it was on Plymouth Hoe, and they then goes on television, and the public have to vote, or they've got a panel.
He got a commission from somebody in China, and he was flown to China.
Yes, tell Gareth about that.
That's all I know, really.
Well, he had this commission by this man in China who wanted him to do a portraiture of his daughter from Shanghai. And he said he was going to pay for his fare to go out and do this. But he wanted, this child must have been 2 or 3, and there was a poem that he said was just her, and he wanted to have this poem written in Chinese letters. And of course it had to be done by brush, of course.
Right.
So he had to learn how to do that. And he went and did this painting of this child and finished it here, of course. And then this man in Shanghai said, I'm painting for you and your wife to come out. And they have 3 children. So that was, but they went to Shanghai, and he did some paintings while he was there. And he just rung just before Christmas to say, would he go again? He wanted him to go to Shanghai, but of course, with the virus, that's all gone to pot. But when Margie and I went to the exhibition this year, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember? We went with Sally.
No.
And at the entrance of where his studio is was this lovely painting of this Chinese woman in a yellow dress. And Sally said, that's been sold. So he did really well with his paintings. But we stayed, didn't we, Margaret, and came back with Sally? Because I'd made a lemon drizzle, didn't I, or something?
Yeah.
So we'd planned to come back on the bus, which was a bit convoluted. And it was very cold that day, wasn't it?
Freezing.
But she brought us back, so we came back. But he is so well known now that, any painting that he's done that's an original is worth over 3,000 now, he said.
Wow.
So it's worth keeping.
Yeah.
But some of my friends say that this is a Rob Wilson gallery. So because of Stuart, I thought, when Harold dies, I'm not having a stone, I'm not having a tree growing somewhere that somebody chops down. I'm going to have him do something of Harold, with Harold in it. So he came in here, and he lived over the road there. And of course, I said I'd like him to do this for me, and for the children to have one each as a memorial for Grandpa, which they have. And so he said then, I will do this, he said. Yes, he said, we've always known you as the lady who the children come to do piano. So he didn't know me,
Is that how you started? You taught his children the piano? Is that what it?
No, it was after
Oh.
I'd done the painting for Sophie and Stuart, which they paid for with part of, I don't know what they did it, but they had one done of San Francisco, so they've got that one in their sitting room that he did, because he started his, it was a not a portrait or a sort of general outlook, it was all to do with buildings. He was very good with buildings, and he started doing his buildings in Manchester and the Palace at Buxton. He did that one, which was very popular. And then I think the first one he did was the one that I've got in the here, which they bought me as a it's not an original. It's one of I don't know how many, and it was of the wharf at Whaley Bridge.
Okay.
And then he started doing trees. So he was doing all these, and this is supposed to be, I can't see it, perhaps Margie can, it's supposed to be the top of Long Hill. And that was when he was just starting doing landscapes and,
Okay.
you know. So he's gone through a lot of stages, and now he's commissioned by the National Trust to do all their artwork.
Well.
So he's done everything from Lime Park. But because he's sold more prints of that than he has of any other, that he thinks I've got a good eye for it.
Yeah.
I'm as blind as a bat, really. So because of that, he asked me to go in the early spring of last year, because he'd been commissioned to do the artwork, to go and look what I thought would make a good composition. So we went there, and I liked that bit because it was part of.
Sorry, that's in Lime Park, is it, that one?
That's the actual place,
I see.
and you pass there, but now that has been washed away with the flood.
Oh.
Part of it, you can't go round that way now because it came into the car park.
Oh, yeah.
But as I was saying to you, what I want you to do when you come early in spring